My name is Ben, otherwise known as Salt on Instagram and wherever you look on the internet. And I was down at Driven Halifax a couple weeks ago, and I decided to film a podcast with a couple of people that stopped by. Here's that podcast.
Okay, my name is Devin Schneier, and I'm from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Okay, and so Devin, you are part of Driven.
Yes.
Okay, and this is your show. Like this
Yes,
is
the show
you are
that I take
responsible
care
for
of.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how does it this is massive. How does it feel?
Today feels like I'm at that point now where it just feels insane. Like it's just this is like I'm so happy. I'm so like there's not many times in my life I've been proud of myself. This is genuinely one of those moments where I can sit back and go,
I'm proud of you too. This
Yeah.
is insane.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
so happy.
Yeah.
So,
It's
yeah.
amazing. Yeah. And like you said, you're at 21,000 steps today.
Yeah.
Your last show was 26. Your highest show was 26,000. So that you're doing a lot of stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's and we talked earlier. Like it's 6 months of work. How does it it must feel great to be here, sitting here, knowing that all of these cars are cars that you guys picked out,
Yeah.
and they're here. They're in the show. The show is running smoothly, from what I can tell. How does that 6 months of work? Like that's like how does it make you feel?
It feels absolutely insane. Like it's just like there's so many difficulties that you get where it's just like little pieces of that, like maybe I could have done that better, could have done this
Right.
better, could have done that. But like we're finally everything around me has come together, and like all those little pieces don't matter anymore, right?
Yeah.
It's just like we're at the vision, right? We
Yeah.
see where we're at. We've got our drifters going outside. We've got B-boys. We've got RC drift. We've got all of these.
There's
wonderful
so many different
vendors.
components.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
And like it finally feels complete. Like it finally feels like every
Yeah.
piece is snapped together. Right?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess like for you hopped onto Driven 4 years ago.
6 years ago.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
6 years ago. Okay. So it was that was before Halifax Driven was a thing.
Yeah, it was the first year for Halifax Driven.
Okay.
So 2019, it was our hurricane year.
Right. Yeah.
And then-
The one that got canceled.
Sort of. We canceled it like half. We did like a night show. It was
Oh
super,
yes. Right.
Like,
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
confusing, but
Yeah.
it that was my first show at Driven, and
Wow.
then that's expanded into this.
Yeah. So it's like I guess like for you, like you're from Halifax. What do you think? Like, why is it like? I've spent a little bit of time in the Halifax car scene. I want to know better, and I'm trying. This is kind of my way of trying. But why? What makes Halifax What makes the Halifax car scene so special?
I think that the Halifax car scene is so special because of the people. Like genuinely, like the energy from the people in this room. Like even right now, like having all of our spectators, all of our vendors around us, like it's insane. It's electric in here. Like and like it feels like we don't get represented well enough. And that's where like that's something I'm super proud to kind of help show is that like we exist. We're here and like it's a really good time to be a car personality. It's like
Right. Yeah. Like I feel the same way. I'm 24, so I'm fairly young. And when I started liking cars in 2019, I went to Stancy's for the first time, and I was like, holy shit! Like this is cool. Like people put a huge amount of money into cars. It looks amazing. And then coming to something like this, like it's a very apparent how much people care about these shows, and seeing, I guess, like coming up and seeing everything. My question for you is, it's not really a question. I think it's more so that like Halifax. I mean, this is a massive show. I've seen some people from Newfoundland.
yeah,
Which
yeah,
is like that's a huge amount of pull.
yeah.
So I guess for you, like, it must feel weird and feel pretty amazing to have people come from all the way around Atlantic Canada and Newfoundland come
Yep.
to this show.
Yeah, I'm always amazed by the amount of people. Like, funny enough, we actually have a spectator here from Alberta.
Wow.
I don't know if you've had a chance to go over to the Errors booth. They have a Mustang that they did for a gentleman. He didn't even know the car was done. He came to the show, got to see it complete. Like
He's coming on after.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
So that's cool. That's cool. Like
Yeah.
I think shit like that is so. You don't see that ever really.
no, like
And-
that's our car culture.
Yeah.
right? Like
that's
we're-
that's us.
Yeah, that's the Atlantic car culture.
Mhm.
Like as off topic as this is, it's a really good story.
Go ahead. Yeah. This is what we're here for.
Yeah, we have a group chat, like all of us from Driven, we all have a group chat. So like we talk, we set up plans, make sure everything's all good. So last night, one of our members was coming in, had a flight in late from Winnipeg. So she arrived at the airport in Halifax, and like we had scheduled somebody from our team here to pick her up. We didn't realize we added the wrong person to the group chat. We added somebody who hasn't been part of Driven in probably 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
They went and picked them up
Wow.
and then drove them to the Airbnb at like 10 o'clock at night.
Wow.
And didn't even question it. Like it wasn't even
That's
like
amazing.
But like that's like we've been laughing about that, but that's the car culture in Halifax.
Right.
We're always here to help each other. We're always here to support each other.
Right.
Like, and like
It's huge.
that's what this is.
Yeah, I think I think Atlantic car culture to me is really special because like that story encapsulates it perfectly. Excuse me. Like you've got people who, no matter what, like even if it's like something that they really didn't need to do or didn't want to do, there's like people are going above way out of their way to help others.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, like I was talking to Luke Swain. Luke Swain probably asked questions to every single car person around here.
Yeah.
And everybody's answered questions and everybody's answered those questions, and now he's able to give those answers back to people, the younger people in the scene. And it's interesting that Atlanta, Canada feels so different.
Yeah.
Like I've been to Gatlinburg, I've been like to Toronto, and those scenes, and like I feel like a lot of those scenes, it feels like almost like an internet game.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to get as many likes as you can or whatever. Like, and that's fine. Like that's a different part of car culture, but it feels so personal here.
Yeah. That it feels like family here.
Right. Yeah.
Like when we were rolling our vendors in this morning, we had like an illicit, and like I was like, hey, like this is where your guys' spot's gonna be. Just so you know, we got Stancy's right there, Complex Union right there, like, and he's like, perfect. He's like, I know all these guys. Like,
Yeah. Everybody knows everybody. Like I can't walk 2 seconds around here without somebody yelling my name.
Exactly.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
And I get like it's weird because I think so like I wanted to chat with you about this. There's a lot of local like homegrown shows around Atlanta, Canada.
Yep.
And you guys are the only ones that are kind of not.
Yeah.
So you're in a different so Driven is a cross Canada car show. You've got Alberta, right?
Yep. BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario for 2, or Ontario for 3,
Right.
and then Quebec, and then Nova Scotia.
Yeah. So that's a huge number of shows and a massive swath of the country. So I guess it's weird that you guys can be so personal in Halifax. I don't know about the other shows, but you can be so personal in Halifax while not be like the car show itself isn't from you.
Yeah, I actually agree with that, because like when we first started, so like my first year with Driven, it felt kind of like sterile. Like it was, it just didn't have that flavor. Like it didn't feel right. And then I would say probably next year was COVID.
Yeah.
But like once we got back and we kind of got back into the roll of things, it started feeling like we were getting that personal touch.
Right.
And like this year is the first year that I can genuinely say like everybody
This feels
came
like
in,
Halifax.
yeah, giving me tapping me up,
Yeah.
like, hey, what's up? How's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. Like
It's interesting because like you came from a place of okay, we're kind of transplanted into this car scene. You're like it doesn't feel like part of the community, and now it does.
Yeah.
Like now it's like you guys are here. Driven is and like you've had others like Import Expo and Midnight Club and whatever, but they haven't been here enough times yet. Like it's like you guys have.
we've kind of ingrained ourselves.
Yeah. Like you guys are here. Like a Driven Halifax show is a Halifax show.
Yeah.
It's not they're just coming.
They're
like,
coming.
from
They're coming to run a show.
in the middle of the night, drop like bunch of cars, and then and previous years to me it felt like that a little bit.
Yeah.
But a part of it was I just don't think you guys had enough stake here yet.
Yeah.
Now you do.
Yeah.
Now you're like, and it's interesting because like there's so many local shows that are built by the community, so they're very grassroots,
Exactly.
and they feel like that at the very start. But it's taken you guys a couple of years, and like now it works.
Yeah. I was an exhibitor at Complex Union. I've been an exhibitor for Sans East. I love those guys. They're vendors for me as well here, and like they're awesome people. And like those guys have the joy of being that home show, right?
Right.
Like, they're the home show. And I've always kind of strived to like get to that point with Driven, that we could be the home show for Halifax. And I think we're starting to really lay the roots. And like this year really feels like we're at that point. I'm sorry.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah.
So it's, like, it's interesting because it has taken that effort, and I guess for you, what does that like? So, because Driven is not a home show, you guys have so much more. I guess money is not really like the right word. It's you guys have so much more significance or like a weight to your name.
Yeah.
To be like, oh well, we want to go here.
Yeah.
And because you have 7, 8, 9 other shows, you can go, okay, well, we've done this. You guys have a track record.
Yeah.
So, like, how does that translate to being able to pull off a show like this?
Do you know what? In all honesty, I think it's just it solidifies the team because like we don't do this once a year, right? Like I was doing this exact thing. Well, not this exact thing. This is amazing.
Yeah.
But like I was doing a show last weekend. Next weekend I'm in Toronto. I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing a show, right? But it solidifies us as a team, right? We have I don't even know how many guys, like guys and girls that are working for us across the country. Some
It's
of
a
us
huge
travel.
team.
Yeah. Some of us travel, some of us don't. But like we all know, like I know, okay, I got to do this come game day. Like, you know, Steven, he's like my right hand man. Like I know Steven's got to do this on game day. Like we all know our role. We all have it kind of dialed in, and I think that really helps. And like that's why like stuff like our roll-in, like I pride myself on my roll-ins.
It was really smooth today. Like it was like I waited 5 minutes. Amazing.
Yeah. Like,
I think like that's a part of the like part of the plan that nobody really like. Not that the cares about is the wrong word.
Yeah.
But that nobody remembers to do.
Yeah.
So like a roll-in is like that roll-in was fairly smooth. Like I knew what time to show up. I was there within 5 minutes. I waited 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I got all my stuff. Like it was, and we're here. Like we're set up. It took me 3 hours to set up, but that's on me.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see how well oiled the machine you guys can get after doing X amount of shows a year, X amount of shows every year for 6 years now. So it's really interesting to see, like you guys, like, so for me, like I run YFC, we have one run a year.
Yeah.
We're year 3. There's things in year 3 that we're working out from year 1, year 2, and we're doing a lot better this year.
Yeah.
But it's also, we've only done this 3 times.
Yeah.
You've done it 3 times
This
in a
year.
month.
Yeah. We've done it 3 times this year, right?
Yeah.
Like our first show was in Calgary, and 3 times in a month. But
Yeah.
First show was in Calgary, second show was Montreal,
Yeah, well,
third show Halifax.
I got a buddy, Barrett Higdon, who shot at that show, and he loves it.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because like I think you guys are in a different spot than a lot of the homegrown shows, but it's not a bad thing. It's never like it's like it took me a while to figure out kind of why you guys were different.
Yeah.
And why this felt different.
Yeah. It's a production.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying that every other show isn't. It's just when you do this week after week after week.
Right. You know exactly what to get.
Yeah.
For what, like, I mean, like, yeah, you know exactly what buttons to hit.
Yeah.
When and where and
Yeah.
how.
It's in my, like, it kind of like to go to like the film side of things, right? Or like, if, you know, like an acting side of things. It's like shooting a movie versus doing a play month over month.
Right.
You're always going to get a little bit better. Each step is going to be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like, you know, by the end of the season, like Steve and I always joke about it. First one, you get the jitters out. You get the, you know, oh, it's show season again. Second one, much easier. Third one, it's almost easy. Fourth one,
You're like, whoa,
Yeah.
I can do this in my, like, I can
Yeah.
sip a coffee,
Yeah.
go here, go there. Yeah. And I think it's interesting, though, because I think so you do this every week.
yeah,
but the passion is still there.
100%.
Yeah, and I think that's what's really interesting to me is I think like a lot of people, and yeah, we'll switch into passion a little bit. Like there is a like, and I know this since I met you. You care about the Halifax car scene. You're from here.
Yeah.
You know the people. You know what's cool. You know what people like. And I think because you are head of the Halifax scene, I think that's why it's doing well.
Yeah, I'm here for the culture. I will always say that. Like, I'm not here for clout. This isn't a money making business for me. Like,
And I don't think it ever is
No.
really. I think like I'm the same way for YFC. I think as soon as you start to try and make money, you lose it.
yeah, exactly.
So I think like it's very apparent with you that like you're in it to have fun
Yep.
and to put on a good show. And I guess like why do you like for you? Why do you think people put so much passion into something like this? What is it about a
Like
show? What is it
running a
about
show
running
or,
a show,
you
bringing
know
their
what?
cars here?
I think a lot of people have the same mentality as me. It's like I know you do, and like I know like guys like Steven, Mike, Mark. Like we have a passion for cars. We have a passion to like let people experience everything that is available.
Right.
But like in all honesty, I think the reason I do this is because when I was growing up, like I grew up in a family that like helped organize motorsports and helped
Right.
organize like
Interesting.
I come from
Okay.
an organizational
Right.
background.
Yeah.
And like this was kind of my way into a culture that I felt as though it was kind of like where I fit. So like my grandfather, it was rally and it was
Okay.
race cars, and then like my dad, it was like racing and karting, and I started karting, and then like I don't want to lose touch of the car culture at all. And this is my way of like being able to be
And
part of it
giving back almost.
and giving back and
Yeah.
like being able to show my support in I think like the most fun form possible.
Yeah. I didn't know that you came from like an organizational. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So I like you like your family's done that for a while. What lessons did you take any lessons from that? Like is there anything that you like your parents did when you were growing up? They're like, "Oh, if I ever do something like that, like that's how I would do it?"
Work ethic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so talk to me about work ethic.
My grandfather was very involved with Atlantic Regional Motorsports. He was the president of arms for 20-something years. But like, he worked a day job, right? He had a regular everyday job. He worked for the DMV for years. He worked for Impact Auto Auctions after that. He like my father. He was chief scrutineer at the track. He worked a 9 to 5. Like he was a mechanic. Like, it was like the kind of like the don't quit mentality,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
you can keep pushing
Right.
regardless of what's happening around you. So like the last, I don't know, let's say 4 months, I've recently switched jobs. That job takes up 100% of my time, so I'll give another 10% to this.
Right.
Like even though it's only 10% of my time, I'm 110% maxed out. Like I'm still going to keep fighting to do
Right.
this.
Yeah. And it takes a special type of person. Like I think there's so many people. This like as much as I love this industry and as much as I love like having this industry be inclusive, there's a shit like it's hard. Like there's a like I have a day job too. Like I'm a journalist by trade. I have a 9 to 5. It's like I go home. Like I work.
Yeah.
I edit all day. I go home. I eat supper. I edit until midnight.
Yeah.
And then I wake up and do it again. And then if I'm not editing, I'm doing stuff like this. And so it's I think there's a certain type of personality that works really well in this field, and there's a certain type of personality that doesn't. And I think like if you like the easy way, you will not cut it in this.
No.
And like that, it is mean, it is cutthroat, but like you won't make it.
Yeah.
And you gotta want to do this.
The grind never stops. And
No.
like you just gotta keep going. And like there's times I've had lots of times where like my body's just like,
Oh,
yeah, you
man.
gotta stop.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
Oh, it's
like
crazy.
I'll listen, but at the same point,
And burnout is real.
real.
But it's also, I feel like you're working towards a goal that you know, like I mean, this year, Driven feels like part of the Halifax car scene.
Yeah.
Whereas it might not have before, but it's because you kept, like, after that first year, you could, the whole driven team could have went, oh, we had a hurricane, it didn't really do well, let's back out, let's kind of stick to our other shows. But
Yeah.
you didn't.
No.
And you stuck around for 6 years,
Yep.
and you're here.
Yep.
But so it's part of that, like, okay, I know, like, I'm going to work at this. It might not work right off the get-go.
Yeah.
I mean, like, for me, like, I'm 6 years into doing video, photo. I was not at this level when I first started.
Yeah.
Nor should I have been. It's taking that, like, okay, I'm at this level, but I want to be at this level.
It's that opportunity. To
Oh
grow.
man, yeah. And so, like, for you, like, it's how, like, has that been kind of a deciding factor in you kind of keeping like, I know that work ethic, but has there been like a goal for you?
I wouldn't say that there's a specific goal. I don't think I've ever had a specific goal.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to make this what you're seeing today, and then
Right.
next year I want to make it better.
Right.
There's
So
like,
it's a changing goal.
exactly.
It's
An ever-growing goal.
It's a little bit like a Matthew McConaughey goal.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard that?
Yeah, like I always want to be the next better version of
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
Right?
Which
Like,
I think it's interesting because, yeah, like you said, like it takes a lot of hard work and it takes a lot of work ethic, and like you've learned that from your family.
yeah.
And it shows.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people that really, really dig this show and really love it. And like for me, like this is the first show that I've been out this year. I'm having the greatest time of my life.
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting
Yeah.
here talking to you, we're chatting. It's a little cold because the door's open. I'm a little chilly, but it's okay. This is perfect. Like there's a ton of cars here that I've never seen before. Which again,
Yeah.
like let's dive into that. Atlantic Canada is small.
Yeah.
Like in Toronto, you've got a lot more cars to play with.
Yeah.
A lot more money to play with. Over on the West Coast too. Atlantic Canada, like we're not poor, but we're like we have
No,
a lot less money.
It's just with the lack of people, you're always going to get a smaller number of
Right,
something, right?
yeah.
Like it is what it is, right? If you're going to Toronto, it's a city of 1 million people, or whatever it is, 3 million people, I don't know.
A lot more than here.
Yeah, like if 10% of them are car people,
Yeah, like
you have
Freddie has 80,000 people. Halifax is what, like 200,000?
200,000 people,
Yeah.
right? Like if you get 10%, because let's say 10% are car people, let's say 5% of those people come to shows.
Yeah.
Like
Dude, that's so small.
that's tiny in
Yeah.
comparison, right?
Right.
But like this show, I guarantee you that we will rival. I guarantee you we'll rival Toronto for spectators.
Right, which is
Which is
a
insane.
huge, and I think it's because there's not in the car world in Atlantic Canada, there's so many people that enjoy cars in Atlantic Canada, and because there's so many people that let me rephrase that. There's so many people that are active supporters in the community in Atlantic Canada, where they might enjoy cars in Toronto, but they might not be active.
Yeah.
So like here, like you're saying, like we might rival Toronto for spectators.
Yeah.
Our car scene is also small. Like we have probably like less than 1,000 show cars.
Yeah.
probably.
100. I'm guaranteed.
Yeah,
I would say even less than that.
Yeah. But and so it's hard because you've got, I don't know, X amount, like 7 or 8 shows locally.
Yep.
YFC, Stancy's, Complex Union, like all of these shows that kind of do the same thing.
Yeah.
Different locations, different venues, different amounts of people, but they're all showing cars off.
Yeah.
And when your pool is that small,
You-
it's hard to show different cars.
Yeah.
And this year, I'm seeing a lot of cars that I haven't seen ever before. Like Mitchell, right behind you.
Yep.
That's a brand new one. That came from Quebec. The car behind him is a $500,000, I don't know what kind of car. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah. That Corvette is insane.
Yeah.
Comparisons. Yeah. Like.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Like. I feel as though the other kind of bonuses is like everybody always kind of pegs Driven as the import show. We're not. We're African
everything
car show.
Yeah.
Like we've got everything here. Like just on the opposite side of Camera View, like we've got an old Toyota Scout. That is to me the coolest thing in here.
Yeah.
Like I'm that guy.
Yeah,
Right?
which I mean, for sure. I mean, like I love Lexus, so
Yeah.
like that thing is
Oh.
sweet.
Amazing, right?
Mhm.
But like we don't. like we have Challengers, we have Mustangs, like so.
You
domestics
you
represented,
don't
like,
discriminate.
no, there's
No.
like everybody's welcome here, and I think that's kind of what gives us a little bit of like maybe a bit of an edge to some shows, because some shows kind of peg themselves as this.
Boom. Yeah, like I am in that niche.
Yeah.
And it's tough because like you guys kind of have broken out of that niche. Yeah, like I think this show it's doing really well. Like it's like there's a ton of people here. We talked about that. Like it feels like Halifax.
Yeah.
Is there anything that like we talked about work ethic and like putting on a show like this?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you feel that we missed?
I don't really think that there's a whole lot that we missed this year. I will always strive for like more vendors, more cars. Yeah, like let's pack this place. Let's
Actually,
open the next
I
bowl.
have a bone to pick.
Yep.
Not with you,
Yep.
but with other shows. So interestingly, myself and a couple other people here are clothing vendors.
Yep.
A lot of other people are not,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Yeah.
Some you don't see a lot. Was that like an active decision?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
We always it's
Walk me through
it's
that.
aftermarket. Anything that isn't from like even then like we have dealers here. We have actual like car dealers. But like anything that's aftermarket, we want to show the guys that are detailing. We want to show the guys that are selling, that obscure detailing product you've maybe never heard of before. We want to see the guys that are coming out with like maybe stickers. Like we have RWB Canada here. Like he's selling trinkets. Like we always try to like have a good mix of everything, right? I always like try to keep like a kind of a conscious tally. Like I want so many detailers. I want so many, and like I'll
Gotcha.
specifically canvas those shops.
Okay.
Trying to like
Really?
show like, hey, this is where we can show some growth for you. Like,
Right.
yeah,
Interesting.
I think
Okay.
that's
So what's the what's like I'm a vendor. What's the sales pitch for me?
so like a lot of our. I'm not great like talking to people. I do
Wow.
a lot of my stuff on
Yeah.
I do a lot of stuff on email.
Yeah.
But-
Email is also great.
Yeah,
I love email.
I always push. The first thing I always push with Driven Sales is this is our stats from last year.
Right.
Like
Okay.
I always say-
So you're a stats guy.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
The
baby.
only way I work, because
Yeah.
like when I was growing
Stats
up,
is so much fun.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So like the only way I work, and like when I was growing up, and I was getting sponsorships for go karting or like building cars, and I was getting sponsorships from sponsors, and people were always like, "How do you get a sponsor? How do you do this?" I could get into a million different discussions on
Oh,
that.
please. We're here. Let's do it.
Hopefully they shut that car off.
What car is it?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I can't even see.
Yeah.
So anyway, we had the.
Oh, it's off.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Like everybody always says, like, how do you get sponsors? First thing you tell them is how this is going to make something better for them,
Right.
right? So like the
Just
first thing,
nobody wants a product that'll do worse for them.
exactly
Yeah.
right. Like I'm marketing the show, yes, but I want to market you.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm going to a vendor and I'm saying, we did like hey, my name's Dev. I'm with Driven. We do a car show in Halifax on this date, whatever it may be. This year, May 24th. Thank God. We had like I think our attendance last year was like 4,000.
Which is pretty astounding.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
We had
Like
four-
that's definitely upper.
We had 4,000 spectators last year.
Mm-hmm.
We had over 150 show cars.
Okay.
Okay. Like we had one detailing company display with us.
Wow. Okay.
We're looking to find another.
Right.
Right. Give them that opportunity. Like, hey, or like if it's a merch guy. We had 4,000 people come through our doors. Right. The average spend at one of our shows is $75.
Which is like it's up there.
It's up there.
Yeah.
Right. That's good money.
That's good. That's money in your pocket.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Right? This is what I can offer you.
Right.
We have these spaces available. There's tips and tricks to everything. Everybody's gonna have a different way of doing it. My favorite is discounts.
Yeah.
Like I'm a big
Yeah.
believer in like hit them with the discount first.
Well,
and then,
I mean, case in point, that's the reason I'm here.
Yep.
Mark reached out to me and goes like, "Hey, we can't," because I think like in October of last year we chatted about doing a documentary or whatever for it might have been for Luke.
yeah,
but-
I can't remember who is. Yeah,
Anyways,
Yeah.
but we chatted about that, And that didn't happen. But Mark said, "Why don't you come anyways?"
Yeah.
And I was like, well, and so I kind of had this podcast thing kind of in the back of my head going, I'd like to do this. It's a lot of money, and I don't really know if it's going to work.
Yeah.
And then Mark went, hey, come to Driven. And I went, ooh, this is a chance for me to take this podcast thing and take it to the next level and actually materialize it.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy that he did, because this is pretty cool.
Yeah. I think this is amazing.
Yeah, and like it's interesting because I think for me, I like to push the envelope, but not necessarily for like it's pushing the envelope for the car scene.
Yeah.
But it's pushing the envelope for me too. Like I've never done this before.
Yeah.
And we're sitting here chatting. Never like this is my first time ever running a podcast.
Yeah.
It's going pretty well.
I think it's going great.
So like it's pushing it for me, pushing for my content, but at the same time, there's always a goal that I have with like telling the stories of Atlantic Canada. So
Yeah.
like I signed on with PazMag. So I am getting some shots for them, covering Driven for PazMag, and hopefully getting some Driven shots over in the magazine.
Yep.
But it's interesting because I completely lost my train of thought again. There's a lot of shit happening. So it's I think showcasing that Atlantic Canada car scene, and really you're doing it.
Yeah.
Selling it. Yeah.
And-
It's marketing it.
Yeah, 100%. And like I've always like I grew up as a fan of marketing. Like I weirdly listen to marketing podcasts. Like that's all.
Terry O'Reilly, baby.
Terry O'Reilly.
Terry O'Reilly.
Yeah. There's nothing better.
Under the
like,
influence.
yeah, that's
I
my
love
shit.
him. He's great.
Sorry, I cursed. But anyway.
I'm cursing all the time too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think YouTube will demonetize me.
yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, okay, yeah, cool. So anyway, but yeah, so like I've always kind of liked the marketing side of things, and I
Yeah.
think this is kind of that's also a little bit of a passion, like why I do this is because
Yeah.
I get to market.
Right. Yeah.
It's
See what works, see what doesn't.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And like I've got some big plans for next year. I'm hoping that the team agrees to it. I think we can make the show bigger and better, and like I have a goal kind of in mind, and I'm gonna keep fighting for it until I get it. So it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Awesome. Well, pleasure.
thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Aiden Campbell. I'm from Moncton, New Brunswick.
Okay. Dude, you got the Civic down?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so first started off, I got wheels over the winter. They're A&E
Okay.
Shallums.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't
Um,
look. It looks good. It looks really good.
Yeah, and I wanted to go lower, so I maxed the coils out. Didn't realize my old pan's like good 2 centimeters off the ground.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah,
Wow.
so
So that's fun.
yeah, over the week it was just scraping more and more off.
Man. Yeah, that's
So-
tough.
I made a skid plate,
Mm-hmm.
brackets and everything. Fucking almost lost her on the highway.
Jeez.
Wow.
How was it coming down here?
Some parts are
A little
ooh,
dicey.
ooh,
Yeah?
you know, it
Yeah.
was, it was
Squeeze,
good.
let's squeeze the butthole.
Oh, the
Yeah.
whole way. Little puckered the whole way.
Yeah. Oh man. Dude, well, congrats for getting the car down, and I know it's been like we talked last year,
Yeah.
and it's been a while, so that's wicked.
Oh, it's been a journey for that car.
I
Like
bet.
I'm on the second motor right now,
Dude,
fourth transmission.
that's crazy.
So, I'm
But
just,
you're doing it. Like you're building this car. It's sick.
yeah,
Yeah.
plans hopefully for complex. I was gonna say YFC, but it's a little too close now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And complex is a good goal. Yeah.
If not, I'm just gonna enjoy it for the summer and
Yeah. That's wicked.
a lot of
So-
plans over the winter.
Awesome. Yeah. I guess like for you this is a year in the making almost or more.
Since July last year.
Yeah. So it's like it must feel nice to be able to drive this car and drive it to shows, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I brought an extra oil pan just in case. So
Spare parts, baby.
yeah, always.
Yeah. That's wicked. So yeah, like you're here. What like the vibe is a little different. Like
The
it's
vibe? Yeah.
yeah.
No, I
how do you
like it.
feel?
Well, I haven't been here. Well, I've only been here for like 15 minutes. I just got dragged into this. So.
Yeah, you did.
But-
Sorry.
No, you're good. But honestly, good vibes, good people.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Happy the car made it too. So
Yeah. Anything you're excited to see?
No, the cars really.
Yeah.
No, I haven't checked it around yet. So
Yeah, I'm noticing that like there's a lot of cars around here that are new. Like it's definitely a lot different than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I mean like Mitchell behind you, like he's yeah,
I
that's
saw that
a new
yesterday.
car.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous car. You've got a couple of these cars around here.
yeah.
Like I
Like
haven't.
that car in the corner over there, that
Yeah.
Accord there. Oh,
Yeah. It's
shout out Zav.
oh man,
Zav.
I can't believe Zab made it. Like it's unreal.
Like,
I love that
he's
car.
done so much work to that car. It's
Dude.
unreal.
It's beautiful. It's like perfect OEM plus.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. So like you're here. You came all this way. What's so interesting to you about Driven?
Well, I like the vibe they give. Like, there's a lot of different variety of cars in here. Like, there's an old pickup right there. There's an old Celica. Like, there's got different wide genres of cars.
Yeah.
That's what I like about them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess like you're here and you see it. Yeah. It's so. I mean, like you're from New Brunswick. You're from Moncton, and you drove here to this show. Why do you think people want to drive here? So and why don't want to drive so far?
Well, Driven's a pretty renowned national show. They go everywhere. So, I mean, I see why they want to come. Like, people would want to come down here. 'Cause I saw a couple cars from Newfoundland too. And they don't get a show out there. So
No, it's just huge.
So, I mean, they're bringing in like eBay's here. Like,
Yeah, dude.
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing. And so, like, I guess for you, sorry. Like for me, like it's really interesting to see because, like, I go to every show and I see it, but there's something that feels different about Driven. Like it feels,
Yeah.
it's a weird, like
I do find that too. Because, like,
yeah,
they got Complex. Complex pretty big, but like, I don't know. It's just Driven gives me a different. Halifax.
yeah.
Everybody's here.
The gorgeous
like,
city. It's great.
Yeah.
You got a ton of people here. Everybody loves to be here. I mean, it's like one of the first cars of the season. So is it? No, you went to Speed Sport.
I did go to Speed Sport.
Yeah, how was that?
Same thing every year.
Yeah, it's like a good.
It's just old heads.
Yeah.
With all their Camaros and Corvettes.
Yeah, I like, but it's funny because like it's like the baseline every year. Like at least you're gonna have this show and it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
And then so yeah, it's pretty deep.
Oh yeah.
So talking about a little bit about the cars you're gonna see here, the fact that your car made it here. What, like, I guess for you, what goes on after the show? What do you plan on doing after? Getting a little shitty?
Get a little drinks here and there.
Yeah, a little wobbly pops.
Yeah. Wobbly pops. Maybe
Yeah.
go for a little cruise, maybe.
Nice.
I heard rumors of Boston Pizza.
Ooh.
I went there last night.
Yeah. So yeah, like for you, like so it's funny because there's a whole part of this cars, like there's a whole part of car shows that is like you're here at the show, you set up, you're here, you're seeing all the cars, you're interacting with people, but after there's
it,
so
yeah.
much that happens after,
There's
like the shoots,
after
the
meets,
Oh, yeah.
shoots, like really anything. Like
Mhm.
if you got a bunch of boys coming up, a bunch of boys down here, and something's going down, like
yeah. Like I mean, like last year at YFC, we chatted like Chance brought his car and he
Yeah.
snapped his bumper, and that was my favorite. And that was my favorite clip of the
Yeah.
entire show.
that was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not amazing that he snapped his bumper, but it's
yeah,
really funny that he
it's-
did it when I was filming.
It is fixable.
It is
which is
fixable.
good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna say anything.
No,
that's
anyways.
his plan.
Chance, I love you. Your car's amazing.
We love Chance.
Love you, big dog.
We love Chance.
Yeah. But yeah, so I guess I'll let you skedaddle and go see some other cars.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah,
good to have you on.
of course.
Yeah,
Glad
dude.
to be here.
Glad to be here. Yeah, dude. Glad to have you.
Oh yeah.
Dude, go Rocket. I can't wait to see that Civic though.
I'm Mason Elaine. I'm from Halifax originally. I've been shooting cars for the past few years. I run an account called Elaine Media, and I've ventured into quite a few different aspects of the car scene. So
Yeah, you're one of the staples here in Halifax.
I feel like it.
Yeah. So you've taken kind of hiatus off, and
Yeah.
you've been fixing cameras on the side and,
Yeah.
and doing some of that stuff. What's that been like?
It's been interesting. I I fell out of photography for a few reasons. It just it wasn't viable. The gig
So-
boom of COVID, it hit and it fell off quick, and I just didn't have the energy to do it anymore. And then I decided to go to school. So that was the biggest thing. I decided to go to university, so a lot of my time was killed off. So I started to look for other ways I can be out doing stuff. I ended up started shooting like music shows and
Okay.
venues and stuff instead of doing the cars, because that was a bit more easier to plan. I had a definitive spot to go to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I miss cars. I want to get back
And you're
into
and
it.
you're here and
I'm
you're
here,
doing it.
yeah.
Yeah. So I get like for you, what's like you started with cars, you got out of cars, you did something else, you come back.
Yeah,
Why are you coming back?
I miss it. I miss it.
What
That's
do you miss?
I miss seeing my friends. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's
I guess-
it's the community.
Yeah,
Um,
like you have a lot of friends here in
Oh,
the
yeah.
car scene. I mean, that's how I met you.
Yeah.
We shot together, and like I've been seeing your work, and it's interesting because I think I've been having this conversation multiple times today.
Yeah.
But like it's community is the biggest thing for
Yeah.
this car scene, and the cars are cool, the cars are amazing, but the people behind the cars are the reason why all of us care.
Genuinely good people. I
Mm-hmm.
think like there's some bad apples, but you're gonna get that everywhere. But
Like,
you hang
yeah.
around with the right people, and you're gonna have a good time. Is the way I
Mhm.
look at it.
Yeah, I think it's interesting though because, or not though, it's interesting because I think there's so many people younger than you, younger than I, that
Yeah.
want to get into cars, and they don't, and some of them don't understand like how much of a time sink it is. I think
is.
it's like you have to get out of it because like you had to go to school.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a grind. Like
It
it's
is.
not easy. It's never easy.
4 or 5 hour trips up to New Brunswick or down
Yeah.
from New Brunswick if you're
Yeah.
from New Brunswick, and
Mm.
then like there's
Uh,
not that many shows
yeah.
around.
Right,
so
yeah, there's
you're
there's not a lot-
traveling. That's money, and then
Mm.
say you want a car, even like
Yeah,
The-
I
the
mean,
cost
right
of it's
behind,
insane.
right beside us is
Yeah.
Andrew Duke's car.
yeah,
And that thing is
thing's insane.
that thing is crazy. And I'm sorry that I didn't get him on the podcast today, and I've really tried.
Yeah.
I've just been all out. But it's interesting because I think like it's this dichotomy of like, and like as a photographer too, like you're
Yeah.
like you have a daily car, whatever, right?
I'm not a personal car. I'm still driving my mother's car.
Okay, yeah, but still,
Yeah.
like you have a car that you drive,
Yeah.
that you help pay gas for. But you also have a bunch of camera equipment, and you're
Yeah.
like you're paying that, and so it's a lot of different things. But I find, yeah, like this is a special type of community.
Yeah. It's a hobby, but also a community,
Mhm.
and so many things fit into it.
Mhm.
Because not only do you have like the merch clothing
I mean,
lines,
yeah,
at
like
the
you're
shows.
you're wearing an Ayers hat, and Ayers is
Exactly.
from Toronto.
Yeah.
Like it's you're right. Like it's so many
There's-
different communities.
There's performance, there's show, there's photography, there's video. Like,
There's really a space for everybody.
yeah.
Yeah. And I guess like for you, you've been doing this for a number of years, and you
Yeah.
like it's
About 5. And
yeah, and it's interesting because like there's like you wouldn't think about it, but there's a definite space in the car community for car photographers.
Oh yeah.
So I think like not to be like the shit, but like we are kind of one of the big reasons why the car community is as
100%.
publicized as it is, for good and bad.
Well, the way I looked at it is I wanted to share things for people to know where to go. Because when I first started, I didn't know what shows were happening. I didn't even know any of the local meets, right? So it took me a while. I reached out to other photographers. I reached out to car owners. And they were like, oh, there's a meet down here. There's a meet here and there. And then there actually started becoming like meet pages and like posting
And
times.
did
and
you start one of those too?
Slightly. I was running it through my photo account, but I was working with Luke at All Style.
Okay.
And we were running meets pretty much weekly on a Tuesday because
Wow.
that's one of the
Yeah,
days
no,
that
and nobody does anything on Tuesday. Yeah.
So we may bring it back. We may. We haven't really discussed it, but I feel like some people will want it back, so we may get into it.
That's pretty sick. Anyways, well, I think
Yeah.
I've got a It's pretty loud. So like, yeah. So for all the people that are listening or watching, right beside us is the rollout because
Yeah.
I was a little shit and didn't plan my time accordingly.
That's not a big deal, though. I don't mind it.
No. But no, this is like it's like you're excited to be back in a part
Yeah.
in the part of this
I'll be
car show.
around for sure.
It's a really unique scene. We missed having you. I'm glad that you're back.
I really missed out because, like, last year at Complex Union Roll Call, I had all of my friends messaging me, "Yo, where are you at? What room you staying in?" I'm
Yeah.
like,
I'm
I'm
not
not there.
there.
I'm working.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I got school.
That's how I felt for Speed Sport this year.
Speed Sport.
Like I didn't go because I was working and I was like I really like I want to go there. Like
Yeah.
I was also interested to use my camera, but I was like I want to be part of this again.
Even that's the thing too.
Winter's, yeah.
Like, not bringing the camera sometimes is beneficial to your mental
Oh, absolutely.
because you really just get to hang out with your friends. You're
Absolutely.
not thinking of work.
No.
You get in that
because
you get in
this
that
is work.
mode.
Like at the same as much fun as it is, this is work.
Yeah.
Like I had to go in to like tonight and edit all this.
Yep.
It's not easy.
It's not. It's the amount of hours dedicated
Unpaid
to
hours.
Unpaid too.
Oh, dude, passion projects.
I'm on the fence about that too because, like, I don't want to charge my clients for the 5 hours of editing it's going to take me because I feel like
But
to
you,
them they're
but
not.
you have to work that into your price because like part of your expertise and what they're paying for is your 5 hours of
Yeah.
editing. So it's this weird thing that like I struggle with this too, and like I charge $150 for a shoot,
Okay.
which is like not exorbitant, but it's
No.
not cheap.
Is
It's kind of like
It's
middle of the
premium.
road. Like it's yeah, and like you're paying for a premium product. I'm not asking you to pay for this like gas. Like
Yeah.
it's not like I know I'm a luxury for a lot of people, but at the same time I've got to pay myself. I've got to pay off my gear, whatever. So it's this dichotomy of like, okay, well I do want to do this. I do want to do this for free because I genuinely like what I do, but I know I can't because it takes so much time
does.
for me.
that was my reason why I kind of had to leave. It's
Mm-hmm.
just I could not go all weekend not doing schoolwork, focusing on photos, and then still have 1,000 photos to edit during the week, right?
Yeah, it's a
So,
lot. It's a lot of
I
effort.
think it took me. I don't even know how long it took me to do the first roll call I did. I was still in high school, and I did my first roll call. I think it was almost 3 months it took me to actually get all the photos done to put out. And I'm a big guy on. I don't want to release in small batches. I want to get them all done and then release them together, right?
Yeah.
So it took me a long time because I was just in high school doing schoolwork and like I was there all day and then immediately transfers into Dalhousie Engineering and
Which is not an easy program
It's not.
for all the people that don't know. It is engineering is fucking hard.
I had 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. multiple times a week.
Terrifying. Terrifying.
It was a lot of work and it was like I can't, you
No.
know.
And it is
So
well,
I tried my best, but this year I'll have a bit more. I'm doing a reduced course load. I highly recommend that for anybody listening. But yeah, I'll be out. I'm making sure I'll make it to roll call, hoping for Stance East. I know they haven't announced a date yet, but I'm sure it's coming.
My name's Tyler Randall from Halifax, Nova Scotia, Upper Sackville.
amazing. So you did not think you had a car in this show, but you do.
Correct. Fortunately enough, so I'm from here, but I live out in Toronto right now.
Mhm.
So fortunately enough, I got surprised with my car, and it's the first car show since I finished it.
Yeah.
It's been like a 3-year process in the making, so it's awesome to see it, finally come to life. You know what I mean?
What kind of car is it?
It's a 1981 Ford Mustang.
Okay. I'll just get you to come just a little bit closer.
Perfect.
Yeah. There we go. So that Mustang, that's a pretty. So you're walking around the show.
Yep.
Had no idea.
No idea, man.
No idea.
I literally landed here. I just thought I was coming to see some friends at a car show back home. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then like, how did you feel when you walked by it?
Honestly, I kind of second guessed myself. I glanced at it for a quick second and was like,
Did you recognize it was yours?
on second look, at first I kind of recognized it, and then when I looked at it, I'm like, wow, that's my car. And then it kind of started to sink in, you know what I mean? I seen a couple of the homies around, you know, and they knew what was going on, you know what I mean?
That's wicked. So that must have been a pretty special feeling.
Honestly, the love, the excitement, like, I almost can't even describe it in that situation, you know what I mean? Until you're in the moment, it feels surreal, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I know, like it's definitely, it must feel nice to like have friends. Like you're all the way in Toronto.
That's it.
Like you're not, like you don't, and you're like it's 14 hours drive. Like you're not.
Correct.
You're not driving back here every weekend.
That's correct.
So you've got this car you spent 3 years on,
Yeah.
and you're finally like it's almost finished.
Yep.
And then now it's you've got like you've got your dad like your dad and Colby finish the hood.
Yeah.
And
you know, like 2-3 days before the show, these
Yeah,
guys,
which is
without my
huge.
knowing, you know, they're taking my car to storage, putting a hood on it, painting it, you know what I mean, doing all kinds of things.
which is like it's cool to see that like something like that, like, so I guess, like it's like you and like that, like David Schneider was talking about this too, like you are the story of this show. Like this is pretty cool. So you would never expect anything like this.
Honestly, so I honestly kind of feel a little silly now, you know what I mean, because I didn't see any of the signs leading up to it.
No.
But, you know,
Well, I don't think you're supposed to, so it's good.
Exactly, right? I wasn't looking for them, nothing like that, you know what I mean? So it honestly makes the moment very special, you know? I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Colby McDougall, Justin from the Aaron Booth, Salt, yourself, Relentless, Angus McCachran. All great fellas, you know, lifelong friends, stuff like that. And, you know, they kind of made this all come together when I'm not even in the province, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's awesome.
no, that's pretty cool. So like when you flew and you do nothing.
Not a single thing.
Wow.
Literally, my wife was like, a week ago, she was like, we're going back home. We're just going to go to the Driven Car Show, maybe hang out, see a few of the homies. You know what I mean? I was like,
Right.
all right, sounds good. You know, I'm always down to come back home and see the homies. You know what
Absolutely, yeah, for
I
sure.
mean? So to walk
Yeah.
into the show, you know what I mean? And then
No.
think you see your car sitting there, and sure enough, it is. It's surreal. You know?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And you put a lot of work into this car. Like when did you first buy it 3 years ago?
3 years ago. So honestly, it was July of 2021. I bought the car. It was in decent shape, but I did resto the whole thing, like top to bottom, changed every nut and bolt, everything you could do to it. You know
Like
what I mean?
everything. Wow. Yeah.
Everything. My dad's a body guy, so of course, you know, we painted it. That was kind of
And it's
his
a gorgeous,
category.
gorgeous color.
I
It's
appreciate
amazing.
That.
Yeah.
That was the big thing. I didn't want to paint it a color that you see on that
Is it
car.
like so your sweater that you have on right now? How
Correct.
close to that color is that?
Honestly, it's more of
Like
more of a gray.
Yeah.
It's more if you want to know the color, it is off like a Dodge Hellcat or something like that.
Oh, it's that color. Okay,
It's
yeah.
Destroyer Gray. Is the,
Yeah.
paint
It's a gorgeous color.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate
No,
that.
and it's because like I've heard about this car for a while.
Yep.
Because Colby was talking to me about it, and we've been trying to set this thing up for a while too. And to see it in person, it's gorgeous. Like I was not the biggest fan of Fox bodies until like maybe a year ago,
Yep.
and because I don't think I'd seen a Fox body done. Like they're like when you see pictures of Fox bodies, they're usually like there's some rust spots and they're older.
Correct.
But to see a Fox body, like it's one that's not stanced out,
Yep.
like it's ready to go.
Yeah.
It was pretty interesting to see like just how much, like, or what the potential there was, and
Right.
it's gorgeous. It's amazing.
I appreciate that. And, you know, like you said, it was just a car that, you know, it has been done before, but in today's world, to do one a little different, that's, you know, it comes down to the paint code. Like, you know, I wanted to not paint it in an original color. I wanted to do subtle changes, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just to make it look different, because like you said, people like you, maybe you never see one now,
No.
you see one, you're like, Okay.
Yeah,
that's
well,
not
it's
so
like it
bad.
opens up a new, like I've like in this import world, like there's so many Civics, there's so many JDM cars is a
Yep.
huge thing. And not many people do like a like an old classic, and so to see that, and it's almost it's a weird like showstopper in a way.
Honestly, and that's kind of always been a thing for me. Ever since I was a kid, my dad, my godfather, they've always had Mustangs, Fox bodies in specific.
So you've grown up with Mustangs. That's like been a
It's
you're a
always-
Ford guy.
Exactly. I've always been a Ford guy. Ever since I was a kid, I was like 4 or 5. I wanted a tool set. You know what I mean? I
Nice.
just all about
You,
cars,
yeah, you
know
wanted
what
a
I mean?
wrench. Yeah,
And
yeah.
so
That's cool, man.
sure enough, as soon as I turned 16, my mind was nothing
What,
but on.
what was your first car?
Believe it or not, my first ever car was a Hyundai Accent.
Really?
Believe it or not.
Really?
And I
Please tell me you modded the piss out of that.
honestly, this is funny. It was my mom's car before
No way,
that,
okay,
and
okay.
She already modded it all.
No
up
way.
for me.
Okay, so it's like this modding like your car thing. It's a family thing.
Like, we all do it. It's
Yeah,
in the bloodline.
yeah.
Like even my brothers, like they're not whatever they do for careers. They're even modding cars and doing little things in
Wow.
cars. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
that's really cool.
we're all into cars.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I guess like it's weird to me like when I first like so I'm doing this interviews like I'm seeing how people get into the car scene and a lot of it is like it's your family. It's a family or like a friend, but a lot of it is like your mom or your dad
Yep.
or your uncle would wrench on cars and you'd be like a wee guy sitting in the garage waiting for him.
Exactly.
And it's amazing. So I guess like and you've always been a Ford guy.
Always been a Ford guy. Now, no hate to other brands and stuff like that because I am a car guy. So, certain things, certain brands have their place. You know what I mean? For me, I love Fords. I'm a big Ford guy. But I do have a few other cars that are Fords. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but ever since I've been a kid, I've been around cars. That's all we do. Like, eat,
So-
sleep, breathe cars.
Yeah. And so you grew up in Halifax.
Yeah. Grew
What's
up in
the Halifax car scene like?
Honestly, ever
'Cause
since
is
I
it-
was a kid, I remember this would have been back in the early 2000s. I was just a kid. I'd be rolling around in the back of my parents' little souped-out Mustang or whatever, going down to like Point Pleasant Park for meets, big meets. You know what I mean? People just hanging
Right.
out. It was just, on Thursdays you would go down
Very
to
very very relaxed.
relax.
Yeah.
You would on Thursday nights they'd have a meet at a specific location. You know what I mean? You would have new cars, old cars. It didn't matter. People in the car scene just like to get out, socialize, and no matter if you're driving an import, a muscle car, it doesn't. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? If you're
yeah.
in the car scene, we all try to, be one,
Right.
You know what
And
I mean?
yeah, it's interesting because like I think this car scene it is so inclusive, especially like Atlantic Canada. So have you noticed a change between because how long have you lived in Toronto now? Just over a year?
Just over a year.
Yeah.
And, just outside of Toronto, about 30 minutes outside of Toronto.
Have you where like
Barrie is the
Barrie's,
where I'm from,
okay.
yeah, about 30,
Yeah,
45 minutes
okay.
out of Toronto.
have you noticed this like a shift in the scene like from Atlantic Canada to here or Atlantic Canada to Toronto? Is there
I'm gonna be honest with you, Toronto car scene really opened up my eyes to like
what can be done?
what can be done.
Yeah,
to be honest with
right.
you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it was the same. It was the same for me in Gatlinburg. Like it's yeah,
Exactly. See, and I forgot about that. You had that experience. You go down to Gat and experience that.
yeah,
There's so much that you like. If you stay in one spot,
Right.
you know what I mean? In
Yeah.
that car scene, you kind of think, oh, that's all that the car scene has to
Right,
offer.
right.
You know what I mean?
True.
But when you do travel and you get to see and experience the car scene and the car culture in other places, you realize that it's a pretty wide horizon. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
It really is.
yeah. Because like I think like in Atlantic Canada, our car scene is small. Like
It is.
it's not big by any means.
Nope.
There's not like as much money to go around as
Correct.
people want there to be.
Yep.
I'd love an extra $5,000 for sure.
100%.
I think everybody would. So like yeah, like it's a badge of honor to have real wheels here.
Oh, 100%.
And like it might not be. It's just a thing it's a thing you do in Toronto.
In Toronto, like that is a big thing. You know, if you're everybody for the most part has rear wheels out there. You know, they're all out. Like we're talking, like you'll take old Civic, and he'll have over $100,000 put
Which is
into this
crazy.
Civic, like
Yeah. And
front
they,
airlift to complete like swaps. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
honestly almost unbelievable to see and think about. You know
Right.
what I mean? When you actually get to sit down and or walk around and see the cars out in the scene.
And so, like, for you, that was like that opened your eyes quite a bit. And like, so I guess going from New, like Nova Scotia,
Yep.
working on your Ford,
Yep.
working on that Fox body,
Yep.
moving to Toronto, going, oh shit, like this is the stuff that I can do. Like, whoa,
Yeah.
like there's money, like there's money, but there's passion.
That's the other thing too. Out there, you know, Boost and North. Shout out to them. Out there, my buddy Dave. He runs Boost
I love
and North.
Dave.
There you go.
Love
You know
Dave. I love
the beauty.
Dave. I love Dave. Yeah.
Great guy. It's a family vibe out there. You know what I mean? They're all great and they're real hardcore about cars. Like that's what we do. We don't. We don't pretend to do cars. We're in the garage
Right.
working
Like
long
you're
after,
2 a.m. like wrenching on your car.
renting
Like
on
you're
cars.
not.
Like,
Yeah.
we worked on customer cars all day, but like. You know,
I also
got-
want to finish
I
my
got-
shit.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
I got a car show coming up. It's now
It's crunch
1
time,
o'clock.
yeah.
It's crunch time. You know.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
do whatever we got to do to this car so we can get this
Right.
show this weekend. You know
Yeah,
what
and
I
it's
mean?
and it's passion. Like it's you, like you've, yeah, like it. So is the car show scene any different in Toronto?
I'm gonna be honest with you. The vibe, the culture of the actual car scene is the exact same.
Really?
It's
Okay.
very open. That's what I mean. Like people like to think that the car scene is super closed off. But as soon as I moved out there, man, it like we have a couple different cars. Like my wife has an LS swapped FRS,
Which is so sick.
You know, I'm
Sounds
sure
amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
They've always been welcoming, like arms open. You know what I mean? Everybody has.
Yeah.
And
That's really interesting.
you know, it's nice. It's you wouldn't think that, you know. 'cause
Yeah.
I'm from Halifax. I'm born and raised here.
Right.
Grew up in the car scene here. So to go out to Toronto, you know, and experience
See,
the
yeah,
car
see
scene,
that cars. Yeah.
it honestly has completely changed my outlook on cars, and it's honestly kind of changed the direction I even want to take with my own build.
Really?
You know
okay.
what I mean? I thought,
Interesting. What is the direction? Like, what's direction you had for it?
honestly,
And now,
I honestly was just trying to go more or less for a little street cruiser that looked good, you know, performed pretty good. Now it kind of leaned into a different.
what's your? Can we say? Is it you want to keep it a secret?
We'll keep it a secret
Okay,
for right now.
all right.
But, you know, it's nothing that hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
We'll say that. You
Wow.
know what I mean?
Not on the East Coast.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe it hasn't been done here yet, but
Yeah.
we're gonna change the
That's
car
awesome.
scene up here. That's the goal here.
Yeah, that's wicked. It's interesting to see, like, because I mean, I'm from here too.
Yep.
Like I've integrated myself into this car scene, and it's funny because like there is a big car scene in. It's not massive, but there's a significant car scene in Atlantic, Canada,
Oh yeah.
but it is smaller than Toronto.
Than
Like there
greater
is
cities,
a
absolutely.
lot bigger in Toronto. Like
Oh,
like
yeah.
so many people are into that. And it's and like I feel like there's almost a stigma, and like I've been caught on it too.
Okay.
Like it's I'm from East Coast. Like we know cars. Like we can do
I got
this. And then we go to Toronto. It's like, oh well, they're bigger and they don't really care as much, and it's more about money. And like, but it's not. Like it's
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like when I first got there, I thought that's more or less what the car scene was about. Until you actually meet the core group and like the real
Right.
people in the car scene.
Right.
They're no different than me or you. You know what I mean? They have the same passion. You
right,
know?
right.
And that's the thing that sparked friendships for a lifetime. I was talking about this with Justin and stuff from Air
Who like
Airbus.
yeah, who
Um,
was also from Toronto.
Is also from Toronto,
Yeah.
right? Like we have friends all over the world. You know
Right.
what I mean? And like we consider
Oh,
them
man.
like family,
Actual friends.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like actual.
friends,
Yeah.
You know? So those are the type of like things and memories that you just can't ever get back, and you probably never trade for anything.
No.
I wouldn't myself.
Oh,
you
me
know what I mean?
neither.
All the
Yeah.
friendships we've made over the years in the car scene.
Cars are such a great community builder, and it's like at first glance you think like why like what does cars have to do with meeting people?
Yep.
But you come to these car shows and you're looking at it, and like people, like there's tons of people here, but everybody's here for the same reason. And I think bring people together.
Correct.
I think like yeah, bring people together for the same reason is really inspiring to me because it gives us a reason to talk.
Yeah, it does.
Like we're sitting here talking about your car,
exactly.
but I met you in Toronto when you were back there and talking about Ashley's car,
Correct.
and that thing is sick.
Yep.
And like I remember sitting on the pavement, smoking a dart,
Yep.
and like listen to the shop of the engine. Like it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's just it. Like you said, that it's crazy to think that people say, it's a dying culture, stuff
It's
like
not.
that.
It was.
It
It's
really
not.
was.
Yeah.
Honestly, we're just trying to change that. You know what I mean? Keep bringing people together. There's a
I
spot
think,
for
yeah,
everybody
like in the
car
last
scene.
5 years, I think it's switched a lot.
I believe it. In the last 5 years, there has been a big change in the car scene, and that's what it's about. We're just trying to bring people together that all have the same passion. We're not doing anything we shouldn't be doing. We're just
No.
in a parking lot, having a hanging out, meeting up with people from all around surrounding cities, stuff like that. Just having a good time.
That's great. Yeah,
You know?
I mean, yeah, like it's. I think to overcome. Like, I mean, this is my job. I overcomplicate and I analyze the car scene.
100%.
But I think at the core of it, it's people want it. People want something to do. People want I don't know. If you, I mean, yeah, you spent 3 years building your
Yep.
car. You want somebody to look at your car that's not you and go, holy shit, like that is a cool car.
Honestly,
Taking it to a car show is that opportunity for a lot of people. And so to see a car that like somebody spent years or decades on, and be like, okay, like you built that is wicked. I think it's really awesome for people.
honestly, that's the probably greatest feeling of, like you said, putting the car in the show. First time it's ever been out in its show in its new form.
Sometimes without your consent.
Yeah, exactly. It is what it
Yeah.
is. But that's what makes these moments the greatest. We're gonna remember this.
Right.
10 years from now, being Salt, we're still gonna be talking. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? We're
yeah.
gonna remember. Hey, remember
Which is-
when
yeah,
your
which is
car was
pretty
in
cool.
this car show? You know
Yeah,
what I mean? That you
yeah.
didn't know anything about. It's those long-term memories.
Yeah.
That's what honestly life's about. And cars,
Right. Yeah.
they make memories, right?
All the wheels. Yeah. I think it's really neat that this community is such a. Yeah, like I keep saying, but like I think I've grown so much because of this community. It's given me a place. It's given me a home. Given me a place to really do my stuff, and I practice interviewing. I practice my videography, and it's given me a place to really kind of settle into.
Yep.
Which is amazing. And I think I think there's so many people that discount this scene. I was like, oh well, it's just the people that are loud.
Yep.
And it's just Civics on stupid ass tires and
Yep.
the stupid ass wheels, and they're just being nuisances. And it's yes, that those happen. That
They
is
do,
a thing.
exactly.
I have
100% that
heard a
does
couple of
happen.
fart cans.
Yep.
But there is a part of the scene that is like the scene gave me a home. It gave you a home.
100% it did.
There's so much community here that I think people on the outside don't see.
Exactly, and like you said, it does suck when it's an old saying. A few bad apples can paint a pretty a bad picture. But that's not always the case. You know what I mean? A lot of us
No.
are good people, no different than
Oh, yeah.
anybody else. You know what I mean? No matter what your career is, man.
Right.
I know people that don't even work on cars but are in the car scene because they just love cars. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
I work as a journalist. Like I'm a white collar journalist, day to day,
See?
and I sit here and I talk cars to people, which is great.
That's awesome. To
Yeah.
me, it doesn't matter what your background is, you know what I mean? It always brings people together. That's
Yeah.
what I love about cars. Ever since I was a kid, I've seen the friendships and stuff, brought together just
Yeah.
by being around cars, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I
awesome.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Ever since I was a kid, it's all I've done, so big.
Hell yeah. There you go.
It's always been a big part of my life ever since I was a kid, and honestly, all of these people here that you see at these shows, obviously it means something to them too, right? So it's great to see events that, like Driven, stuff like that, bring 4 people in the car scene all in one place and get to, express
Yeah.
themselves, and show their cars off, their pride and joys, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Stuff like that.
It really is a pride and joy.
It really is.
Like it's like I mean like for me, not that I didn't get it, but like I've always loved cars. like I've taken photos of cars, but I put wheels on my car on my Fit this year,
Yes.
and the way I felt when I was smiling
You
so
got the
hard,
bug.
and I was like, this, and like, cause I heard people talk about it, and I've kind of experienced it. Like it was
Yeah.
like I experienced it a little bit with my Lexus, but I put the wheels on my Fit,
Yeah.
and I could not stop smiling. I was like, holy, this is my car.
Yeah.
I get to drive this.
Seriously.
Holy shit. And it's weird because like I don't think you understand that until you do it, until you're in the car scene, until you're like in this scene and doing that. I
That's it.
don't think it.
I feel like if you look at the car scene from the outside, you know, if you're not really in it,
It doesn't make sense.
it doesn't make sense.
No.
Come on out. Come to an event. If you're-
Experience it. Yeah.
Honestly, even if you don't think you like cars, I'm sure if you walk around at one of these car shows, you'll find something that catches your eye, and maybe it'll spark something in you to get into cars. You know what I mean? You never know.
That's amazing. Yeah. Well, I think that's it.
All right. Thank you, Salt.
Thanks
Appreciate
so
your time.
much.
Thank you, buddy.
My name is Kevin. I'm from Sherbrooke in Quebec.
Okay.
I am part of Garrett's Drifting, which we came together to do a quick demo today.
Yeah.
Well, quick demo. It was not a quick demo.
It's pretty lengthy one.
Yeah, it was pretty much. It was nicer than I thought, to be honest.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting anything when I fly in this morning. It was like, oh, let's just see time and try the car and have fun. But the fans and everybody here was like, that was crazy. That was crazy, to be honest.
Right. Yeah. Talk to me about like practicing today
Yeah.
in the morning and seeing everyone like freaking out and like seeing that reaction. What's up?
Yeah, that's exactly what got me. I was like, okay, cool. Let's just try the car this morning. I started the car and I saw people running outside just to see what the hell is going on. So I just did a quick pass and just to test the car and see like tire pressure and stuff like that. And everything is running fine and no leak and everything. And that's where I understood that okay, people are coming in for the drift show, basically. I think. Yeah, that was pretty
Yeah.
interesting. I'm used to like 5, 6, 7,000 people during the MCCs.
Right.
But we don't really see them because they're high in the
Right. And
the stands
there's
stuff like
there's
that.
almost too many people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just at this point it's just a crowd. Now there was a lot of people outside, but like people cheering by the barrier and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I was like, oh, cool.
Okay. So you like this is like you do this professionally.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
you are. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So
the MCC pro, right?
yeah. Okay. So this like talking about so I am not familiar with drifting at all.
Yeah.
Can you talk to me about like what it is that got you into drifting?
Well, that's a long story short, but let's make it short. I'm driving and racing in different like race series since I'm like 8 or 9 years old.
Okay.
I raced in quad. I raced. I did grip racing a lot. I did racing in I don't even remember what, but other like specific series, but mostly grip racing. But in 2006 or so, when drift came in, like started to be a thing, let's say, I realized that hey, I got a 240 SX for the past 2 years, and I'm drifting during winters, and it's a thing. I'm not just driving like that; it's a thing. So that's when I started just competing with my 240 SX. I swapped it SR20 back in the days
Okay.
when it was that thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's pretty incredible.
I will never do that again.
Pretty difficult.
Not pretty difficult, but I think I went through like 7 or 8 SR20s in like 2 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, one of them had like
That's not
7
cheap.
No, but not back then. They were not that
True.
cheap.
Okay.
I mean, wasn't that bad, but still. I mean, I was
Yeah.
young and not much money. So what I did, I did like not professional, but competition during like
Yeah.
2 or 3 years on my own money when I was young.
Yeah. That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah. I went through the step like, oh, it's too much for me, too much money, so I stopped that and just went for like drift days and stuff like that.
Right. Okay. And so like talk to me about today. Like how did that go for you?
Pretty good.
Yeah. So like it was raining. It's not amazing out. It's a little misty, but like how does that affect your driving?
Quite a lot, to be honest. But how can I explain that? We're used to a lot of grip. Like those cars are set up to be extremely grippy at the point that cars lift up front. It's normal. I mean, we set up suspension to do that. It was doing this morning with pretty low tire pressure, but it was wearing like weirdly, let's say, the tires due to the countdown and stuff like that.
And you go through like a set of tires every 2 laps or something like that. Like it's like which is insane.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the rain was a good thing on that part because we saved on tires.
Okay. So I heard a number that you brought 48 sets of tires here.
Yeah.
Is that's correct?
Yeah.
Wow. Now that like you have to have a tire sponsor or somebody.
We don't have any tire sponsors,
Wow.
sadly, because the MCC series is a spec series, which we need to run specific tires that we need to buy from the series.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So we run different tires and like during drift days and test days and stuff like that. We're not running the competition tire currently,
Gotcha.
of course,
Right.
Because we're not trying to use too much of them. We are limited on them. So we're trying different specs of tires and stuff like that. But yeah, so this morning we're trying different pressure and see what is the best grip to have, and just to give it like the best ride up to people. And when the rain came in, I was like, oh, that's slow, that's kind of bad, but it's still pretty gripped up. Like that car is fast. I mean, it's 1,000 horsepower.
Okay.
All
Which,
gripped up.
yeah, like 1,000 horse. Like that's a pretty insane amount of horsepower.
That's
I mean,
that's funny.
is it like, to me that's insane, but is that like a normal amount of horsepower for a drift car like
Yeah,
that?
that's normal. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
Pro, the MCC Pro, most of the car have 8,000. Not us. Not
That'd be
much,
insane.
not that
Yeah.
800 to like 1,000.
Wow,
horsepower.
okay.
That's normal.
Yeah.
Pro Am drift cars have 500 to 600.
Okay, interesting.
It's a little bit
Wow.
easier.
Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah. So I guess like for you, have you ever been to Halifax before?
Nope.
Or is this your first
Yeah,
time?
First time, yeah.
First time. What do you think about the city? I mean, you really haven't been outside of this area here.
We'll go to the city probably tonight just to grab some food and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm leaving tomorrow at 5:30-ish,
Okay.
so I will have time to move around during the day tomorrow and see. But it looks like a mix of a couple of cities that we have in Quebec, like Sherbrooke in Quebec and Montreal. So it seems to be a nice city, to be honest, and people are super friendly. I had a great time, please.
Yeah.
I had a
So, like you're coming to the city. Like, where do you normally compete? Like, you normally compete in Quebec.
Yeah.
Do you do car shows a lot, or is this a new thing?
Well, Driven is a new thing for us. We went to the Driven last week or 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Saint-Hyacinthe.
No, that was in Quebec.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. We went there, no show or nothing. We're just exposing so people can know us.
Right.
But it's not that much of a thing that we do. We do couple at the beginning of the year just for exposure and sponsorship. We need to show our sponsors. I mean,
Right.
Hybrid is happy that we're here today.
Yeah.
They sent us here, so.
Yeah.
But we're not doing that much because I mean, competition are back to back, like weekends back to back. So
Yeah. Like so you're busy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Summer is we'll sleep when we can.
Yeah.
That's
True.
basically it.
So yeah, talk to me about that schedule. That must be pretty intense.
That is pretty intense, and as a day job, I'm in IT. I'm a manager and stuff. So
Okay.
it's already taking a lot of my time. So like I said, yeah, we'll sleep when we can. I've been able to sleep like 3 hours this morning before taking the
Gee, so how, like, I want to know how much Red Bull do you go through in a week?
too
Like,
much.
yeah.
Too much.
Yeah. So I think what you're hearing is Red Bull needs to give you a sponsorship.
They should.
Yeah.
If they're us, sponsor
Wow.
us, please.
Yeah.
We're already sponsoring you. We're
okay.
drinking too much Red Bull, I think. But yeah, it's keeping
Yeah.
me alive. I don't think it's a good thing to say, but on the come days, I drink 5 to 6 Red Bulls.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Okay.
just-
I'm sitting here with my measly little 4-pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like this schedule and like you're going around like every single weekend doing
Yep.
something.
Pretty much. Yeah.
What's that like for you?
It's a passion. So we want to do that. We're happy to do that. And when there's a weekend off, we're just like, what are we gonna do? Like,
It's a weird feeling.
yeah, it's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
Winters are pretty long. When the cars are completed and just ready to go, we're like, oh.
You kind of you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs. I want to be drifting. I want to be doing.
Yeah, I need to drive. I need to.
Yeah.
Drive.
Yeah.
Give me a steering. Something.
Interesting.
I need to drive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much back to back. Like I said, we're doing. So the MCC is like every 2 weekends, I think, or something like that. And we're trying to do. Not this year we will not go, but the past year we were going to some rounds in US. US. So we're doing that. But this year I think we will just focus on Canada. So that will be Quebec. Here.
Maritimes, yeah, for sure.
We're going to Ontario a lot.
Okay.
Well, we're supposed to, but probably with the lowest powered car, not the big pro
Gotcha.
car.
Yeah. And so these are big pro cars.
Mine is the pro car. The pink one is the pro-am car.
Okay.
And the yellow one is the demo car.
Okay.
It's just
interesting.
It's used to the demo like that.
That's really cool.
Giving a ride along. And
Yeah.
just taking part from it if we break something.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
That's
interesting.
Sadly.
Yeah. So it's a parts car.
Yeah. It's the only difference is the K24 instead of the JZ, but
okay. Wow. So I guess how did you guys and Driven how did this partnership work? How did it start?
I would like to tell you, but I don't really know.
Okay.
No, it's because Vibrant is sponsoring Driven Show.
Okay.
So they were like, hey, we have a drifting.
Okay.
I think that came from Driven asking Vibrant if they have partnership or something with someone.
Interesting.
Us.
Yeah.
So Vibrant sent us here.
Wow. And from what I've seen, you guys are amazing. You guys are. Yeah. Well, it's not. I hope you guys are good.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because not to diss on some of the drifting has always been a part of the Driven Halifax experience.
Yep.
I've always been here. But this year, you guys drifting, I've never seen the reaction quite like this year. I think this year,
that's the feedback I got.
The quality that you guys brought, those I don't think I've seen I don't know what you call it, like a loop that tight, or was it not loop?
Okay.
It was you guys are doing fantastic stuff.
Well, cars are built for that. I mean, it's not. I would say it's easy to drive, but no, it's not.
No. There's a reason why you're a drift driver, or you're a race car, you're a drift driver, and I'm not. It's hard. It's not an easy thing to do. Yeah.
But those cars are friendly, let's say, for driving.
Okay.
Of course, there's different setup between the three cars. One of the driver of the yellow car took my car earlier.
Okay.
That's the first time because that car is scaring everybody.
Really? Okay.
Everybody's scared just to start it. No,
wow.
No, I don't want to do that.
So, an RX-8 is that an odd choice for a drift platform? Because I know a lot of people do it on the 240s and the BMWs, but
there was two main reasons why we chose the RX-8. The first reason was because we had 5 in the shop, just sitting there. So it was either say use a BMW 135 or the Corvette or whatever, pretty much all the same chassis that everybody's using.
Okay.
So we went with the RX-8 because people were saying that's a bad chassis, that's a bad car.
So it's kind of like a proving them wrong kind of thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I mean, I think you did prove them wrong.
We did prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Last year, my pro car was one of the fastest car in the Pro Series MCC.
Okay.
So.
Holy.
We proved them wrong, yeah.
Okay.
We had partnership with PriceFab and stuff like that. We developed
wow. Yeah. So because you've driven a 240 and then you've driven this. How different are they? What is the difference?
Balance.
Okay.
Yeah,
interesting.
Wheelbase is a lot different as well. 240SX a bit longer. I drift 240SX like S30, S40. I drift Mazda in FD, FC, RX-8. And another one that I don't.
Wow. Okay. So you're well versed in different driving capabilities of
I'm
different
racing
cars.
for the past 28 years. So.
Wow. Okay.
I'm 40 years old.
No, you're not 40.
Yes, I
okay.
am.
I thought you were 28, 30.
No.
Wow. Okay. I want to know your skincare routine.
Red Bull.
Yeah. So yeah, like you've built a career of this. What's it? I mean, you've always had this. Like it's a hard, like the automotive industry and like drifting and all this stuff. It's a hard industry to make it in.
Totally.
What sacrifices did you have to make to be able to make this happen?
Sleep.
Yeah.
No, but it's more. You need dedication, of course. You need to push at the right place.
Mm-hmm.
You need to. Yeah, it's fine. It's easy. No, it's not that easy, but it's easy to just grab a sponsorship from someone and just take what they give you and don't give anything back. But that's not what we're doing. We're a business. We are professionals. We give back to people that give us. So that's important for us. And yeah, that's a big dedication you need. It's. I mean, it's almost all of my life because when you're not thinking about drifting, you are drifting. So
What's so when you're not. Sorry, explain that for me. I don't quite get that. So, like, are you always like when you wake up, you're thinking about drifting. When you go to bed, you're thinking about drifting. It's a constant thing for you.
yeah, it's got this. That's funny because I was explaining that to my girlfriend like 2 days ago. Now driven's fast. What I'm doing in my head currently is the runs at the next competition.
Okay.
I'm doing laps in my head. I'm thinking about
Okay.
that, like everything that should go wrong, might go wrong, not should,
Right.
that might go wrong. I'm just driving. I'm just driving my head, making sure like, okay, everything will be fine. So when I just came there and send it during the competition, it's
You're like
Muscle memory.
in your head, you've driven that track hundreds of times.
Yeah.
And so coming here is you're executing it, but you're executing it for real for the first time. But in your head, that's like okay, you've done this X amount of times.
Yeah.
Interesting.
that's weird.
Yeah, no, but I think like I've heard the same with F1 drivers, and it's definitely a thing that they do. And so is it like now like I'm kind of realizing that it's like just a race car driver thing.
Yeah.
Like you just visualize the race in your head, no matter what it is, no matter if it's an F1 race or a drift race, like it's or a drift race, not is it a
No, it's not a race.
circuit. You
You can call that like I don't. It's not racing, people.
No.
It's kind of hard to explain to people.
Yeah, because so I got so before I let you go, I got another question. When you're so this one is really just a show.
Yeah.
But when you're drifting for points, like what are the judges looking for? Like what is it that? Okay.
Line, yeah.
That's it.
Exactly this. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
okay.
three judges.
Yeah.
One is judging the line, and one is judging the angle, and one is judging the style.
Okay.
Style is as stupid as how crazy you send it, how loud is your car. That's why that's the main reason why I have an anti-lag in the car.
Okay.
Not really using it. It's just for the sound, just for the show.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So there's like different zone and clips that we need to go. Let's say there's an outer zone which is a bank. If we are like at the top of the bank and doing all the zone, we have all the points for that zone. So that's how they count that.
Gotcha.
That's the line, of course. But yeah, it's more like what the hell he's doing. Sorry.
Oh, you guys won. What'd you get?
Best entertaining.
Oh wow,
I told you.
that's awesome.
Nice.
Wow,
Nice.
that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know where we're.
No, it's all good. Yeah. Well, I think we're all good. So
Great.
thank you so much.
Right. That was a pleasure. That
Yeah.
was a pleasure.